Weekend, a slight chance of rain. Better rain chances Monday into Tuesday. Tessa?
Thanks, Sonia. Well, two Lowcountry sisters know the toll that addiction takes on a family. They've dealt with it again and again. They've learned a lot and have put all that knowledge into print. Meridith Powell and Beth Brand are the authors of The Real Dope on Dealing with an Addict. Ladies, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
And tell us, why did you decide to take on this project and how you've had to deal with it personally?
Well, we took on the project. It's always been in the back of our heads. I mean, it's something that the two of us have talked about on the hiking trail and just in life, because we've dealt with 6 addicts in our immediate family. And we realized with our last addict, which was our brother who died 2 years ago, that we had learned a lot, but not much had changed for families in our situation. And if we had had a heads up along the way, things might have turned out differently for us and for our family members.
And Meridith, how does an addict affect, because you think, you know, whatever they're addicted to, be it drugs or be it alcohol, while we know what it is doing to them, it's also doing something to the entire family structure. How does that affect the family?
It really does impact the family. That's the first thing. I think as a parent or as somebody who loves an addict, you need to realize that it doesn't just impact the addict, it impacts everybody. And we suffer from what is known as the disease, and we call it a disease of enabling. You put all of your energy and time that goes into trying to save and help the addict.
You're constantly throwing that safety net out to them.
Constantly, and it takes away from you lose yourself, and to some degree you become as sick and as addicted as the addict. I know that we found with ourselves, our addicts were addicted to drugs and alcohol. We were addicted to saving other people.
And one thing we're able to do in the book that I think our readers have said is very helpful is really explain that enabling as you are actually hurting by helping, which everybody always says, but we really explain it to you are aiding and abetting the disease every time you help, and your loved one is going farther and farther away from you. And so we give an explanation I think a lot of people in our enabling situation have been able to really live with, and it's really come home for them.
So what are some other things that you touch on? I know you talk about rehab, and sometimes it works for people, sometimes people don't go long enough. What are some things that people can expect when they open this up? Because you really talk about everything that's involved in dealing with an addict.
A couple of things that people can expect is a very, as Beth always says, a very practical guide. This is what happens. You know, when you talk about rehab, to understand that for the most part, it doesn't always work first time around. And to understand what's going to happen with you, and not to be surprised if immediately after rehab, they take a drink.
Right.
And how when they do come home from rehab, that if you don't change your behavior, it's as if they walked into a bar or where they go to get drugs.
And just picked up right where they left off.
Exactly, that a lot has to change. On top of that, another thing that they can expect from the book is that we've got a lot of positive feedback. We're very open with our story of where we feel like we took wrong turns, what we've learned along the path, and then how to really focus and work on you. There's no message out there for the enabler. And this is about how to cure yourself.
And that's what we need to get the book out. How can people pick up a copy of it?
They can get it on Amazon.com. It's available both in print and on Kindle. And you can learn more about it, learn more about us, see interviews and radio things with us at our website at www.dealingwithanaddict.com.
Meridith and Beth, thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for this book.
Thank you very much.
Well, have you thought about being an extra on a TV show or perhaps in a movie? Well, Penelope Jean, I got it out, has the scoop up next, all right. And parents often go through a mad dash right before the holidays, searching for toys on their children's wish lists. Toys R Us thinks it has a solution.